A Broome County jury hands down its verdict in the Nigel Saunders murder trial. Good evening, I'm Tom Allen.
And I'm Samantha Bleiweiss. Jurors found Nigel Saunders guilty of second-degree murder for his involvement in the death of Jordan Dordell and the brutal beating of Dordell's pregnant fiancée in November of 2013.
Co-defendant Julian Telementes pleaded guilty to the crime in August of last year. Our Beth Russo was in court today and has more. Beth? JCPenney has announced today that it will be closing 40 of its stores over the next year. The closures will represent about 4% of the company's 1,060 stores in the U.S., and officials say the closures will affect over 2,000 employees. But according to JCPenney Media Relations, the JCPenney location in Johnson City at the Oakdale Mall is not on the list of planned store closures.
Well, Mick, it doesn't look good for a mild weekend then,
It does not. It's those wind chills that'll get you all the time.
Okay, well, let's check in with Sam and see what stories we're following this evening. Sam?
Well, Tom, we'll have that and more coming up at 10. Tom?
All right, thanks, Sam. Well, Mick, how bad does it look?
I think it'd be a great night to go out on that back deck that your wife made you build this past summer or have a barbecue. How about a nice romantic walk around the lake?
Make-A-Wish Central New York has been granting wishes for 30 years, and the organization continues to make dreams come true. Last year, 4-year-old Wish kid Kaylin Koulis from Port Crane got a wheelchair-accessible treehouse. That's one of 1,500 wishes granted by the Central New York chapter of the organization since 1985. This year, the goal is to grant 90 wishes to kids. One Wish kid remembers his dream from last year. Well, still ahead on Fox 40 HD News at 10. Students at one local school received some valuable information about different careers.
Plus, ladies at one residential home celebrate a major milestone. Stay tuned.
Well, today was a birthday celebration for the ages. Both Julia Sabula and Elizabeth Cuddeback celebrated their 100th birthday at Good Shepherd Fairview Home in Binghamton. And the two ladies had plenty of company. 3 other women celebrated their 99th birthday. Mrs. Sabula said that if she was just a few years younger, she would have jumped out of bed to come to today's celebration. However, she was happy to be spending the day with both family and friends.
Tell us what. I'm 100 years old. Yay! That's it. That's it. That's all.
Julia Sabula was born in Massachusetts in 1915 and says she always enjoyed dancing and listening to country music. She said that one of the ways she was able to live such a long, happy life was by just going with the flow. Well, and speaking of someone who's getting ready to celebrate his 100th birthday.
That's right. Amazingly, he's still working. And he's up next with your forecast.
A group of high school seniors got to create and run their own business thanks to BOCES New Visions Business Academy. In September, the students began their company, 9 Roots, which sold beanie hats and nylon fleece blankets. They raised $150 to start the business and then liquidated the company in December. Today, the 9 students presented the business they created to family members and business representatives. Students who participated say they're now more prepared to enter the workforce. Well, still ahead on Fox 40 HD News at 10. You've heard that an apple a day keeps the doctor away, but what about an avocado?
Plus, why January is a popular month for divorces. Stay tuned, we'll have those reasons.
Well, Binghamton residents will now be able to connect to city officials on the go. Today, Mayor Rich David unveiled the official City of Binghamton mobile app for free download on iOS and Android operating systems. Mayor David says that the app will allow residents to submit and track service requests right on their smartphones. These include graffiti removal, pothole repairs, snow plowing, street light repairs, and traffic issues. The app uses GPS technology and will pinpoint the exact location of a request, and residents can include a photo and description of the issue. Well, Binghamton University will be getting a little taste of Hollywood next month when it hosts a special screening and panel discussion with Hugh Grant. The movie The Rewrite is directed by BU alumnus Mark Lawrence and stars Hugh Grant, and it will be shown February 8th at the Anderson Center's Osterhout Concert Theater. This special screening will be before the film's national release on February 13th. Following the screening, Hugh Grant and Mark Lawrence will take part in a panel discussion. BU President Harvey Stenger says that an experience like this is great for the campus community. Eric Freen, the man accused of killing a Pennsylvania state trooper and wounding another outside a police station in Blooming Grove in September, has pleaded not guilty to the charges. The 31-year-old was arraigned in Milford and participated by video from the county jail. Freen answered yes or no questions from his lawyer, who entered the not guilty plea on his behalf. Freen is facing several charges, including first-degree murder and terrorism. After a 48-day manhunt in the Poconos, he was captured at an abandoned airport hangar in Canadensis. Prosecutors are seeking the death penalty.
Nick, we'll get to you in a moment, but let's check in with Sam and see what stories we're following tonight. Sam?
Tom.
All right, thanks. Well, it was brutal out there today.
Were you out in it?
I was.
It was exhilarating. It was stimulating. It was invigorating. Maybe I don't want to be like that. A tough start, folks. 10 degrees we'll wake up to. By noon, breezy and brisk. And then 11 p.m., temperatures will actually be rising.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. Well, that's all we have time for. Don't forget to tune in tonight. Thanks. Bye-bye.
See ya. Okay, guys, look alive. It's coming back to you.
All right, thanks, Mick. Well, coming up next in sports, the latest on the Ray Rice domestic abuse case.
Plus, could the Summer Olympics come to a city near you? The details next. Jeremy's on deck.
Well, could a Pennsylvania compressor station be causing health problems for some of its surrounding residents? Benjamin Tuttle of Hartford, Pennsylvania says it is. Tuttle says the noise from the Miller compressor station, located less than a mile from his home, has worsened his seizures caused by a pre-existing brain injury. Williams Partners, who recently completed construction on the compressor station, released a statement stating they are committed to operating the Miller compressor station in a safe and responsible manner. Well, still ahead on Fox 40 HD News at 6. Are you trying to become a healthier eater? Then stay tuned. We'll have some tips that will get you on your way.
Okay, guys.
Well, thanks, Mick. Well, coming up next in sports, some fun highlights from a couple of close games on the hardwood.
But first, check out this week's Fox 40 Trivia Tuesday question. Jeremy has the answer after the break.
Some late breaking news. We just went down to 0. Not much of an improvement for tomorrow. And remember, one good turn gets most of the blanket. Okay, guys.
That's not some late breaking news that I would have hoped for.
That's all we have time for tonight. Thanks for joining us.
Have a good night.
A light wind by Saturday night, 5 degrees.
Well, that's all we have time for. Don't forget to tune in tonight at 10. See you then.
See ya.